Hello there, you guys. I am very sorry for what happened last week. I am very sorry for the delay in this video and why it didn't get all up, and it just seems like everything is just not going my way, even though it should be. I had a sore throat 2 weeks ago now. It was going away for the first half of last week. Then it just snuck back up on me last possible moment. I was expecting to be able to record this last Friday. Nothing. Wasn't able to. My stock of short fix is running low. Maybe 2 or 3 left. I thought I had like 8 left. That was total. Yeah. But I think I'll be fine for the rest of the school year. Hopefully nothing will come up, and I'm planning on reading quite a bit today. But anyway, that's enough introductions. Time to move on to chapter 11. It's awesome being 1/5 of the way done. It's like, wow, already 1/5. Still the exposition, more or less. No, not exposition. But yeah, it's still pretty early on. Anyway, I'm done with introduction time. Time to actually read. I have to get this done so I can read some more things. Oh, also, I have a feeling I might want to do the live streams on Fridays and maybe just on the weekends. That seems like something I would probably do. Maybe Wednesdays as well. But yeah. Oh my god, I need to stop wasting time. I am so sorry. Okay. Chapter 11. Jake. So what are we supposed to do, oh fearless leader? Marco asked sarcastically. We're trapped on an alien planet billions of miles from home with no way back, and we're trusting our lives to a bunch of talking horses. Oh, and did I forget that the Yeerks are hitting this planet pretty hard as well? Am I the only one who realizes how insane this is? Do you have a better option, Marco? Cassie asked. I know I do, Rachel joined in. We find the Yeerks, hijack a ship, and go home. Great plan, except we have no idea where they are or how powerful their forces are, Marco responded. Enough, I said, cutting off Rachel before she could retort. We're not getting anywhere like this. Now, does anyone have some useful ideas? We could search the nearby town, Tobias offered. I've seen all manner of birds and smaller animals running around. We morph something like that, we could probably walk around without drawing too much attention to ourselves. I thought about it for a moment. Yeah, that does seem like the best action for now. Though don't bunch together. Groups of no more than 2 at a time. And make sure to keep a reasonable distance, enough to still see the others while not looking conspicuous. Cassie stood up. What about just asking Twilight and her friends for assistance? We don't know if we can fully trust them. Who knows how many of them could be controllers? Mark said coldly. Well, obviously not Twilight, Pinky, or the White One. If they were, then surely they'd have tried and saved that dragon controller. She paused for a moment, probably taking in just how bizarre that sounded. I had to suppress my own laughter once I had thought about it a little. True, but that still leaves the yellow one, the orange one with the cowboy hat, and that really aggressive rainbow one. Marco looked like he was still considering his options. I think the rainbow one might be. She did attack Axe immediately and without much thought. To be fair, we didn't exactly look like the friendliest group at the time, Tobias said. What is the matter with you people? Marco asked incredulously. We're on an alien planet, nearly run over by the Yeerks, and you want to trust a bunch of talking horses blindly? Guys, Tobias said suddenly. Someone's coming. I can hear them crashing through the underbrush. Well, we know it's not Pinky then, Cassie muttered. Axe, Tobias, you remain here. Everyone else morph something inconspicuous, I said. The words had barely left my mouth before a purple unicorn, Twilight was it, walked out from behind the nearest tree. She stopped as soon as she spotted us, looking around in confusion. Her mouth opened and closed at random, as if she was trying to talk, but nothing came out. Well, crud, Marco said. Before any of us could even think of our next actions, another horse came from the trees. This one was larger than Twilight, and was a deep midnight blue coloring. What really got my attention about it, though, was its mane and tail. They seemed to flow in an invisible wind, and resembled the night sky. Double crud, I muttered. We're... Cassie stammered. What are these creatures? The larger horse bellowed, and I instinctively brought my hands up to my ears. Her voice, there was little doubt in my mind about her gender now, was incredibly loud, and I thought she could even be heard in the town, far away as we were. This horse's defense strategies are most effective, Axe said while holding his own ears. Princess Luna. Well, the blue one is Axe, Twilight mumbled. I straightened up in an instant, forgetting about the ringing in my ears. Princess? I asked, dumbfounded. Looking at the horse again, I noticed a small black tiara on her head. Oh, wonderful. What are the chances she owns the castle we crashed into on our way down? Marco said under his breath, just loud enough for me to hear. So thou art the ones who hast attacked our palace, she bellowed again. I winced slightly. Her hearing was far better than I expected. Whoa, I said, motioning for her to calm down. We didn't attack anyone. Our ship lost control and we crashed. The horse princess didn't seem too convinced with me. Twilight ran between us, keeping her eye on me. That voice, is that you, Prince Jake? She asked tentatively. Before I could respond, the princess spoke up again. Thou art a prince? Where is thy royal regalia? She yelled, though somewhat softer than before. She seemed to be studying me carefully as she spoke, sizing me up with a critical eye. The prince's royal things are back at his palace, Marco said boldly, stepping forward. We are here on a sightseeing tour, and didn't want to draw undue attention to ourselves. And who art thou to speak on thy prince's behalf? The princess shouted. I am the prince's royal adviser, Marco continued, trying to make his own voice match the horse's. More like court jester, if you ask me, Tobias whispered. Thou takest us for a fool, she yelled, loud enough to cause Marco to stumble backwards. Thou art nothing but thieves and bandits. We doubt thou art even a prince, she finished, looking at me. Who are you to just waltz in here and start declaring this and that on us? Rachel spoke angrily. We are the princess of the night, co-ruler of Equestria. How dost thou not know of us or our sister? Forgive Captain Xena, your highness, Marco said when the princess was finished. She has a rather annoying habit of speaking out of turn. Rachel looked like she was about to strangle Marco, but I shot her a drop-it look. I could see the method hidden in his madness, and hoped the others would catch on too. Princess, I would like to apologize for the behavior of myself and my entourage, I said to the other's surprise, but as you can easily tell, we are foreigners to this land and do not know your customs. The princess considered what I had said for a minute before replying. Perhaps we were too hasty in our assumptions, she said, much softer than before. I was secretly thankful she had stopped yelling. Your highness, Cassie meekly spoke up. Who is your sister, anyway? The princess blinked in surprise for a time before shaking her head, as if in understanding. Of course. We realize our banishment had only ended a short while ago. Our sister is Celestia, Princess of the Sun. Rulers taking on aspects of the day and night. I thought that sort of recognition was reserved for deities. Axe spoke to me privately. Cassie seemed to be looking at the princess with great interest and scrutiny. Princess, I noticed you both have a horn and wings. Does either of them actually work?" "Of course they function properly," Luna said, as if insulted. She then unveiled her wings and flew a few feet in the air. "Allow us to show thee." Her eyes then began to glow brightly, and thunderclouds accumulated over the forest. All of us looked at the princess in amazement. Axe especially seemed blown away by the spectacle before our eyes. "That's amazing," Cassie said, almost like an 8-year-old watching a magic show. "This is an impossibility," Axe said, as if correcting her. "How can this creature manipulate the weather?" "Well, these clouds aren't like on Earth. I was able to land on one the other day," Tobias said, still focusing on the princess, who finished her display with a crack of lightning. "That's incredible, your highness," Cassie squealed. "Can Celestia do that too?" Luna narrowed her eyes as she folded her wings against her body, staring at all of us. "Dost thou not know of our power?" she said. "How can thou be unaware of our sister?" "Well, we did just get here, so sorry if we don't know everything right away," Rachel spoke up. Luna eyed Rachel intensely, but seemed to calm down after a moment. "We offer you our apologies. We were unaware that knowledge of our power did not stretch beyond Equestria's borders." Luna brought a hoof to her chin in what looked like thoughtfulness, though I was more interested in how she managed to bend her leg like that. "We are curious, however. How didst thou make thy metal chariot fly?" "We saw neither Pegasus pulling nor sensed unicorn magic keeping it aloft. Our spacecraft was propelled by rockets that used propellant mass for forming a high-speed propulsive jet," Axe said. I could see the brief look of confusion on Luna's face, but she hid it well. "What he means to say is that our ship wasn't powered by magic or pulled by anything," I offered. "It's instead pushed through the sky by columns of fire." "Columns of fire? How does that work?" Twilight finally spoke up. Before I could answer her, the princess made a beckoning motion with her head. Complying, Twilight followed her as they headed into the trees. "Well, this is just perfect," Marco complained. "Tobias, I thought you said you would keep an eye out for any horses that were getting too close. This is the 3rd time you've let us down." "Marco, shut up," I said. "Whining isn't going to solve anything." "Do you think she'll have us taken prisoner for damaging her home?" "She'll never take me without a fight," Rachel said proudly. "Oh, yes, the mighty Captain Xena versus the magic talking horse who can control the weather. I'm sure he'll come out on top," Marco quipped. This got him a small shove from Rachel. "I still believe that they are performing some form of complex illusion," Axe said. "These feats of magic, as they say, are scientifically impossible." "The force is strong with these horses," Marco said. I was about to reprimand Marco when Luna and Twilight came back. Twilight looked rather upset, though she was trying to hide it. "We believe our sister would like to speak to you in greater detail," Luna began. "Thou mayst stay with Twilight Sparkle until tomorrow, when thou shalt all take the train from Ponyville to Canterlot. We will be awaiting thee there." With that, Luna turned around and flew away, leaving the 7 of us behind. Twilight watched Luna go, then turned to look at me. "So, Prince Jake, is this what you really look like?" I saw no point in denying it any longer. "Yes, it is, Twilight. Were you expecting more?" "Well, no, just different," she admitted after a moment. I could feel that she had more questions to ask, but Cassie interrupted her. "Wait, we're supposed to spend the night at your place? I'm uneasy about walking around town like this." "Well, why not just turn into ponies? You blend in well that way." "Oh, we can't. I mean, we shouldn't. It wouldn't be right," I stammered. "Not unless we ask for permission first, at least." "Well, what if I gave you permission on behalf of the ponies?" Twilight suggested. "No, that wouldn't be right. I mean, it doesn't work like that," Cassie explained. "See, we actually become copies of other creatures, right down to the cellular level." Twilight stared at us for a moment, and seemed to be processing what we had said. "So, what does that mean? You can only directly copy another pony?" I nodded. It'd be weird having 7 Twilights walking through town. Twilight seemed to consider this for a moment, before giving a little shout. Oh, I know. I can get my other friends. There are 6 of you and 6 of us. So long as we don't all walk together, no pony in town should notice there are too many of us. Before any of us could object, a flash of pink light came from her horn, and she vanished. Well, that went well, Rachel said after a moment's pause. Went well, I'd say it went perfectly, Tobias said. Think about it. We were just discussing how we can get around town easier, and now we have a way to. But don't you think it's wrong? Cassie asked. Twilight agreed to it, and from what we've seen of her friends, they'll most likely agree as well. But we do not know if all of them are not controllers, Axe mentioned. Well, if any of you have a better plan, I'm all ears, Tobias said. I sighed in resignation. This really was the best plan we had at the moment. All right, but be ready for a fight if one of them is a controller, I said. I secretly wished none of them were, but wasn't looking forward to meeting them. Is it too late to call on Captain Kirk for help? Marco asked. I liked that chapter. I really did. A lot happened. Definitely. They now have a way of getting around town. They're going to meet with Princess Celestia. I believe this leads to something going on in around chapter 15. I think something to do with changelings. Though it's been a little while since I've actually read that far ahead. I don't want to spoil a story if you have not read it or listened to it, though I doubt you've actually listened to it beyond what I've read, because I do not believe there is another reading of it on YouTube or SoundCloud or wherever you find readings from. I wouldn't know. No, I wouldn't know where you find readings from. But I can find readings, but I guess. I really liked the character interaction between Rachel and Marco. There was one particular line that was just great. I have to find that. Yeah, when Marco was like, "Oh yes, the mighty Captain Xena versus the magic talking horse who can control the weather. I'm sure you'll come out on top." That was great. I love that. I love Marco's humor. He's a really good character to fit for the comic relief and the situations. Oh wait, we haven't gotten there yet. Oh, you guys are going to love. Oh, you guys are gonna love what happens to Marco. You're gonna love which pony he has to morph with, or morph to. You guys who haven't read ahead, you will find out soon, and it is amazing. I'm not gonna spoil it though. It is great though. Whoa, what? How did I just get ranting into the future? Ranch of the future. The future. That's weird. I don't really have that much to say about this chapter. I liked it. I don't think it's my favorite so far, but I don't remember everything that was going on, because it's been like 3-4 weeks, maybe more, since I've actually read. I don't even know. Quite a while since I've actually read this, but hopefully I can get more reading of this done very quickly. In fact, I might just read 5 chapters in one night, who knows. I'll have the bloopers ready ahead of time. I may get 2/5 done tonight, perhaps, No. I really like this chapter, really. That I don't, I really like the humor in this chapter. Hmm. Can't really think of anything specific that I didn't really like. Uh, there's nothing really specific that I didn't like, honestly. More like court gesture, if you ask me. Yeah, that was also funny. Did I say gesture? I meant jester. That was funny. There were really a lot of funny lines in this chapter. I mean, every chapter has its share of funny lines, but I guess they're more noticeable in this chapter. Maybe it's just me, and the fact that I haven't read this at all since, like, however long ago. That one liner at the end was good. That, is it too late to call on Captain Kirk for help? That was good. I liked that. I mean, they're all good, no matter what, always. Excuse me. Uh, yeah, I I like this chapter. Just like all of the other chapters, this is just as good. I like that the plot is starting to develop already. Of course, you're only one-fifth into the story; it should be developing. Uh, actually, well, one fifth into the story, chapter-wise at least. Maybe not word-wise. I'm actually gonna check the word counts of all the chapter of the story, actually. But I like this chapter. In fact, I feel like the plot may be taking a little bit too long to get set up. Maybe, but once you get past that sort of long-ish, like once you get past the first few chapters, the plot set up. Hmm. Well, I think that's kind of well. You guys did a pretty good job of balancing the fact that you guys have to take your time setting it up, and I understand that. You guys are taking your time with that, but I think you guys do a pretty good job of balancing that with the humor, which kind of helps, as well as like how they react, and also certain little subplots going on. You have Spike being a controller. They dealt with that really quickly, though. Not long. One chapter, two chapters, I guess. 150, 150,000. Yeah, quite a bit. Oh, hey, the guy who wrote Gears in the Void commented on this one. That's awesome. Are you guys like? I guess that would make sense because one of the writers of this wanted me to read Gears in the Void, so I wonder if there's a relation there or it's just a coincidence. Probably friends. I don't know. I don't know. I am tired. It's like 12:45 right now. But yeah, I love how you guys balance it out with the humor. That's basically all I have to say. The humor is good. 10 out of 10. Good review. 10 out of 10. Uh, I'm not a reviewer. I am not good at reviewing. But yeah, I liked it. Done. No more words. Just no more words, please. 10,000 billion more words. More reading. I want to get Gears in the Void chapter 4 done ahead of time, so I don't have to deal with that. Not that it's annoying to deal with. It's just I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to be all stressed out for next week. Like, oh no, I don't got it, meow. Because that's what I sound like all the time, every day. Anyway, yeah, I am ranting at this point, so I will see you guys at a later point in time. Preferably Saturday with Zygias and the Void, Chapter 4. Till then, this is me signing out. Peace!